Good morning, and if this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the barbecue. My name's Jeff, and I'm your chef. We always keep it cooking around here, always grilling something. And today, once again, we got some Anton Angus beef burgers. Don't you remember you told me you love me, baby? Man, I know a lot of y'all are like, man, you still on it? You know what? We're just like Anton. I'm going to tell you exactly why I say that. See, Anton does content of small channels in order to boost his views. That's what he does. We do content of big channels to boost our views. It's the inverse of what it is. We can't do it of small channels because we are small. We might do a few small channels, but we choose to go towards the bigger channels because that is more relevant in the algorithm. Now, today, Anton did a video, and I'm going to review that too, but he clearly watches all of our content. So we have to watch his content too.
Even people that do content, let's say all of the people that do content, like they promote me, right? People that do content about me. Let's say, because it's just as many hate watchers as it is love watchers. Some people watch just to wait to see what I'm going to say. And I know that. And that's why I give them the content, because it continues to promote me in the algorithm.
Now, in his video, a lot of what I'm saying, he's starting to say. Remember how I used to say, Anton, don't give nobody free game? Well, his video is all about free game today. Ironic.
Every 2 to 3 years, you're supposed to be reinventing yourself in the same way that I tell people that you're supposed to be looking for a new job or a different position in a different company if you're in corporate America. I see people doing the same streams with the same backgrounds and the same software and the same talking points over and over again from 6, 7, 8 years ago, and they hit a ceiling. They can't evolve.
And not only that, but how I talk about, we talk about things to keep them in the algorithm. He's now saying he don't care if people talk about him because it keeps them in the algorithm. So to all you Antonites out there, stop complaining on our channels about us talking about Anton. He clearly said this morning, Saturday, what's today's date? The 21st, that he don't care about people talking about him because it keeps him in the algorithm. And not only that, but he's saying that he lied to y'all the whole time. He's saying he faked this entire scandal just so he can get views, just so he can be in the news. That's all he said. He said, I had to fake a scandal in order to get to this level. He said that, not me.
Me and Carrie talk pretty normally, pretty regularly. And I was giving her some guidance and some mentorship on some things that she needs to adjust and change and all of this stuff in regular life and all of that, right? And so I was talking to Carrie. And I say, Carrie, remember when I was saying that I have to put together some kind of scandal, some kind of visibility in order to get to the next level? And so she was like, you sure did. You sure did. You always kept saying you need to put together this. It has to be whatever, so on and so forth, right?
So doxing people, putting people's information out, telling people, oh, I'll tell your husband who you really are, messing with people's marriages. He's claiming all of this was planned. That's what he's saying today. That everything you guys saw and fell for, it was all planned out. But the only people who didn't know it was planned was the people who became victims of his bullshit. They're the ones that he was doxing. They're the ones that he was saying, oh, I'll tell your husband who you really are. They're the ones where he's showing text messages of people trying to insinuate that they are not who they say they are. He's claiming it was all a planned scandal. So when I tell you about a narcissist bullshitting people, what do I tell you? Do not trust these people. They're playing a game. They're talking in code. They're doing something that you don't even realize is going on. It's a game. So the fact that he's willing to sit in your face and tell you that he's playing a game just for views, just to accelerate his career, is the exact same thing I've been saying. He puts people on panels to boost him. He does everything he can do to boost him. Today, he admitted it. He did all of this to boost himself. And he calls himself the king of the hood. Like, wait a minute. I thought you wasn't from the hood. I thought you was above the hood. Now all of a sudden you're the king of the hood? This is getting funny, y'all. This is getting real funny. Now, of course, at some point, I'm going to have to go into that video and I'm going to have to deal with the psychology behind it all. Because he's talking in a lot of ways that I tell you about how narcissists are. They don't like to lose. They will get you lost and then claim that the only reason why they wanted to get lost is so they can experience what it feels like to be lost. Nobody gets lost on purpose. I mean, if you got lost on purpose, that's not called being lost. You just put yourself where you knew you couldn't find your way out of, and now you're lost. A narcissist, they don't want to lose. They keep saying, I did all of this on purpose, and look at me. I'm winning. It went exactly how I wanted to go. I ruined marriages. I'm no longer cool with Mika. I'm not cool with Jazz or Freezy. I did all of this on purpose because I didn't like them people anyways. I set it all up and they fell for it and I boosted my career.
I'm already at the next level. And so I was like, yeah, I'm at the top of my game. Like I'm there. I'm really, really there as far as like the visibility and making the money and the numbers is crazy and all of this stuff, right?
I call cap on that. I think his ass just got caught up and he went back and started scrubbing videos. If you meant all this, why are you scrubbing videos? Nobody does something on accident, then goes back to try to fix the mistakes because it was all intentional, right? Like I said, he the one who dropped the video claiming this scandal was something that he did intentionally. Therefore, I'm going to review the psychology of that when it's time. But for now, you know I'm serving up another plate. Like I said, this is from the live stream we did the other day. A lot of good information in this. And I'm telling you, he's watching the content on these small channels, which is cool with me because we're watching his content. If you want to know your enemy's plan, go pick up his playbook. Read his playbook. That way you know how to make moves. So all we doing is picking up his playbook. And he said in his content, he doesn't care if people review him because it's exactly what he wants to happen to keep him in the algorithm.
Even people that do content, let's say all of the people that do content, like they promote me, right? People that do content about me. Let's say, because it's just as many hate watchers as it is love watchers. Some people watch just to wait to see what I'm going to say. And I know that. And that's why I give them the content because it continues to promote me in the algorithm.
So be ready. We got a lot of cooking to do. Thanks, Anton, your Angus beef, hamburger, hot dog. You just got home from running the client around, sitting there seeding this meat. I got to get in here and start working on some Anton content. But before I did that, I wanted to at least get my marinade going. And you know my little buddy's over here. He thinking he's getting some. So I'm going to go ahead, throw this in the fridge. I got to get the rest of my seasons put on. I got some seasoning on there. Got to add the rest. Once I add the rest on, I'm going to let this marinate overnight. Tomorrow, having ribs tomorrow. All right, just put the finishing touches on my seasoning. Now it's time to wrap all of this meat up inside of some saran wrap. Throw it in the fridge overnight. Pop it out tomorrow. Let's go ahead and barbecue it.
So then what seasoning tastes like? God damn!
And that's the thing. People out here, we do what we can do in order to create content for people, to create thought and all of that. It's just what we do it. It's just what we do it. Thank you, Rosie. Appreciate it. Anton looks just like the Ewoks. The Remnant, bro, you busted. You had a Thailand rant where you have no point. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So was it instead of confronting your brother about his flaws, y'all too old for that creating content just to bash someone. Y'all too old for that nonsense. Wait a minute, creating content just to bash someone? Don't that sound like Anton? Creating content just to bash someone. How many black women has Anton bashed on his climb to success? How many black women with children, how many fathers out there has this man bashed on his climb to success? And you sitting here in 2026 saying y'all too old to be creating content just to bash someone. Fuck that. We bashing the basher. We are bashing the basher, the one who climbed to the top doing exactly what you don't like, the one you support, the one who climbed to the top is now getting what he gave. If you don't like getting a taste of your own medicine, maybe you shouldn't serve that medicine up. If you over there subscribing to the man who did exactly what you don't like, you the idiot. If you saying don't be bashing nobody, but yet you supporting the one who bashed everybody to get to where he is, you the idiot. Think about it. That shit don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. Man. The editing was on point, man. The dude got talent, man. He is woo. This is not gonna lie, House of Hypocrites fooled me too. I know you'll see me chatting in the video, cracked. I'll say, dude, you got everybody. You got everybody. Yeah, we gonna bash the basher. We bashing the basher. Because that's how he got to where he is, calling men betas. You ain't nothing but a beta. Oh, you just a baby mama. Oh, your kid's gonna be serving up license plates. Your kid's gonna make my license plate. He is the ultimate basher. And he had to be careful because the shit can be returned. That energy can come back to you. And once that energy is coming back, you can't say anything. You cannot say a word about the energy that you gave coming back to you. What can you say in your defense? Stop talking about me, man. No, because you said, and even Rita agreed. Rita co-signed. She says, well, It got us here. Tasha K said, y'all sure y'all want to be doing that type of content? Are you sure y'all want to be doing that type of content? Tasha K even asked him that. The 3.5 million in the hole, Tasha K said, are you sure y'all want to be doing that type of content? And Rita was in the back. Well, it got us here, didn't it? That's what we do. We bash. We fuck people up. We do shitty content. It got us here. Maybe I need to make a t-shirt that just says it got us here. Because that's some Rita shit. And put it in quotes and on the bottom put Rita. It got us here. Every time y'all come on my channel talking shit to me, it got us here. That's some Rita shit. It got us here. So the people that do that and use that logic, and we roll with their logic, we go with that, but we use it against them. Now they upset because they thought they were going to create enough people around here to say, you know what we going to do? We gonna make everybody think that we good. And there's another part of that House of Hypocrites. Another part, Lakeisha Keisha's video where Tasha K had Tawanda on there. And Tawanda was even saying, Anton tricks people. When he meets you, he tricks you. He tells you how he's gonna make you so successful, how he got successful. Like I said, he bashed people to get successful. He's gonna make you so successful. He's gonna bring you along for the ride. He tells you all, he's a love bomber. So he loves bomb all of these people, love bombs them all, gets them to buy into his idea. And so after he buys into that idea, Remington said, hey, chat, chill, man. Chat. He's like, man, leave me alone, bro. He got me too. Leave me alone. Don't mess with me. Remington's like, I give up, man. He got me. Man. He says, yep, if Rita was smart, she would cash out right now and go to Cabo. Oh, yeah. And so this is the thing. If they're sitting there saying, this is how we made it to the top, and they gave that energy out, and that energy is now being returned to them. Tawanda even said, the way that they do this is they tell you, follow our energy, do what we do, stay in pocket, follow my lead. And you heard Anton say that, follow my lead. You follow my lead, I'm going to get you to where you need to be. Just follow my lead. Bash people with us. Roll with my logic. Do what I tell you to what to do. And once you do that, you will get the money like I got the money. And it never works. Nobody ever gets the money. It's how a narcissist will love bomb you to make you think he's really caring about you and really trying to help you. The whole time he's stacking his own pockets and he's getting personal information on you, because what did he do to Tawanda? He's dragging out text messages from 2020, 2021. Oh, look at her. She's saying we was gonna be friends. Look, she said we was gonna be friends. We was gonna be best friends. She told me we was gonna be best friends. But that's the same shit Anton was saying in the video that I just played from House of Hypocrites. We gonna be best friends. We gonna be best friends. That's what he was saying to that random ass girl from Houston. We gonna be best friends. Yeah, let me get your number. You ain't got no man? Oh shit, we gonna be best friends. He says that. But when Tawanda said that to him, she's guilty of something. Oh, look. She said, gonna be best friends. So if a girl telling a married man, we gonna be best friends is bad, what is a married man telling another woman we gonna be best friends? Is it equally just as bad? Because he's trying to make Tawanda look stupid. Look, she got a man. She wasn't even married at the time. She got a man, I'm married, and she telling me we gonna be best friends. Look. She saying we gonna be best friends. That's what he doing on the screen. She said that. But he got a whole video, married, walking around. We gonna be best friends, girl. You ain't got no man? Oh shit, here, take my number. We gonna be best friends. So if it's bad for Tawanda, then it should be bad for Anton. But I guarantee that Anton's gonna be like, well, he was doing it for content. Well, maybe Tawanda was doing it to get in closer so she can get put in higher up the level. She didn't get in to try to fuck with him or nothing like that. She was getting in to say, hey, you know, if I be cool with these people, if I be best friends with them, maybe they will help my content. Because he tricked everybody, including Mika, to think, if you rock with me, I'm going to help your content. Not a single person did. Jazz has gotten more subscribers and more views after the video came out of her saying, you know what, I'm going to keep it 100. When she said, I'm going to keep it 100, subscribe. Her subscriptions went up through the roof because she keeping it 100. She ain't playing that Anton bullshit game. The moment she says, you know what, I'm going to keep it. When she was on the panel, wasn't nobody subscribing her because he uses people to bring them. Hey, tell everybody you're going to be on the panel Friday. Go out and advertise. Put it on your social media because that pays him. When you run your own channel, sky's the limit. You could do whatever you want to do with your own channel. Sky's the limit. You can have sponsors. Each sponsor could be paying you $1,000 a month. Who knows, $2,000 a month. This is your channel. But when you're under Anton doing his thing, he keeps your subs low, he keeps your views low, and he keeps information in his phone so he can go, look, she texts me this, look. The moment he get mad at you, look, she texts me, she texts me. That's why I tell people on videos, do not ever become friends with a narcissist. Don't do it. Because they are just waiting to use something against you. The moment they can't get your way, the moment they can't get their way with you, bam, got you. Now, one thing I will say about the Mika thing, the Mika situation, because everybody's talking about, her house and everything. So, oh yeah, she's staying in a $200,000 house or whatever, this and that. That's cool. I mean, what you don't realize is that I live in a $200,000 house. The same houses in my neighborhood right now are going for $400,000 or $500,000 because the market flipped. So I think my house value is probably close to like under 4 by now. It's under 4 because the prices are going down. But at the highest, it was like 470. So if it was at 470 and now it's under 3, that means prices are going back down. But I only paid 2 for it. So if you look at the sales records, the dude before me paid 160 for it. I gave him 234. He paid 160. The people before him paid 90. So for Mika's house to be $200,000, who was the last purchaser? They didn't say when the sale date was. The sale date might have been 1979. The sale date might have been 1985. Everybody's talking about the price, but nobody's mentioning the sale date. Only a home buyer would know the sale date makes a difference. $200,000 right now is trash. If it says $200,000 is what the last sale date of that house was, and that was 20, 30 years ago or something like that, exactly 10 years ago. If she sold that same house right now, she might walk away $800,000. 800 grand. So the house she might get 800 grand for because she hasn't sold it again. So if you don't know the date, just saying what somebody's house is right now means nothing. What was the actual sale date? What was the last sale date on record? Oh, 1985. Imagine a $200,000 house in 1985, what it would be worth right now. That should probably be $1.4 million. That's a $1.4 million house you sitting on right now. So I don't trip off of shit like that. When people's like, oh yeah, her house is only $200,000. No, that's the actual sale price that you see. You never told anybody the date. So it's very misleading, very misleading. So Tasha K paid $400K for hers 3-4 years ago. Now she wants $890 for it. Exactly. Because values go up. But this is the problem. She wants more than twice of what her house is in the market that's declining right now. Like I said, my house at the height I bought $234. At the height, it was worth $470. Now I'm under 400. Now it's like 380 or something like that. So I'm looking at how house prices can fluctuate based on market and everything else like that. So if you tell somebody right now, I'm selling you my house for 490, for 890, people can just wait it out. And she's going to have to drop her price all the way down into the 7s. Because if she don't, she won't have a competitive price. And that's just how people are, man. People don't understand housing prices. And you can even look at different live streams and podcasts that are talking about the house prices right now and how people aren't able to even sell their houses at the prices they want. You could sell a house right now easily. Anybody can sell a house right now. But can you sell it at the price you want? That's the trick. I could sell my house right now for $20. Somebody will buy it. Anybody can sell a house. You can sell a house. But can you sell it at the price you want? That's the whole, and Tasha K, she's not going to get the price she wants. She could sell her house if he wanted to sell it. She's going to have to drop that shit down into the 7s or the 6s though. That's the thing. A lot of people ain't even buying these houses right now because sellers are asking for too much in a declining market. I know it's a declining market because I look at my house value and it's like, it went up and I was like, hopefully it gets all the way back down to where it should be. Because if my house is valued at what I paid for it, that means my property taxes are lower. My property taxes be like $800 a year. That's it, $800 a year. I could do that, no problem. I can write one check for that. But if your house value keeps going up and it keeps going up and it keeps going up, property taxes keep going up with it. So you don't want your house value to go up. Because if your house value goes up, your loan is down here, that means your property taxes are going to be a little higher than what your loan is even worth. Excuse me. So I'm very keyed up on what houses are doing right now. You don't want your house value to go up. If you want to live in it, like I love my house. I want my grandkids to have this house. People don't buy houses no more and keep them. They don't do it. They buy to sell. And that's why housing prices fluctuate so much. They buy it, try to come up on it. It's like moving stocks or moving chips on a casino table. Buy it and say, ooh, I'm going to sell it because the price jumped. Now, the next person, if they want to make a profit, they got to sell it for more. Then the next person, if they want to make a profit, they got to sell it for more. And the next person, and it keeps going up. Everybody has to keep raising up the house price because everybody wants to make a profit. Nobody want to live in their house. Me, I got it at a good price in 2019. Therefore, I can keep it forever. I can pay it off, give it to my kids, give it to their kids. Never have to leave this place. Never. I could go live somewhere else and still have this house. Never sell it. We all grew up with grandparents and people who had houses in the neighborhood who they grew up in, because nobody would buy a house and sell a house. They would buy it, live in it. It would be 3-4 families. Like I would live there. My cousins would live there. Aunts and uncles would live there. Everybody lived in a grandparent's house at some point in time because we just needed somewhere to crash out for a minute. So we might stay there for a year. You might stay there for 2 years. You help out around the house. You give money to your aunt and uncle because you're living in their basement and shit. That's how it worked in the Midwest. And now we're at a point where people don't even want to do that no more. They just want to buy a house, hold on to it for 2 years, and then get rid of it. And what are you going to do with the money? Because if the house prices are too high, every piece of equity you got is going to go right into the next house. So you're not even getting any money. Oh, yeah. I used to live in Vegas, man. I lived in Vegas about 15 years, man. I left Vegas in 2012 when that first crash happened. And the guy who house I was renting, I was paying $1,600 a month. Well, $1,400. Because I was paying $1,200 for one house, $1,400 for the next house. So I was giving them $1,400 a month rent for a big ass house, 3-car garage, everything, $1,400. The market crashed. He was like, bro, if you don't want to pay me rent no more, you don't have to. He said, because I'm not paying the bank. I'm not paying the bank. I was like, are you serious? He was like, yeah, I'm not. He says, because I can't afford it. He said, so if you want to stay there till they come and kick you out, you can stay there till they come and kick you out. So I was like, all right, that's cool. So I didn't send them rent. I just started looking for other rentals. A Canadian couple came, bought a house in North Las Vegas off of Cheyenne and Rainbow up in that area. And their rent, 3-bedroom, big ass house, $800 a month. So I was paying him $1,400. He said I didn't have to pay him no more. So now I had a deposit plus rent saved up because I stayed a whole month without paying rent. And I wasn't waiting till the bank came and kicked me out with my son and everything. So I gave these people $800 plus $800, gave them $1,600 to move in their shit. So they was like, yeah, we just bought this house. We rented for $800. I was like, that's damn near half of what I'm giving him. That's how fast the market crashed in Vegas. And when I was living in Vegas, let's say it was 20 houses on the street. It may have been 6 houses occupied. Out of the 20 houses, 6 were occupied. All the rest had for sale signs in it. So it was like we was living in a ghost town in North Las Vegas. We come down the street at nighttime, turn the corner. You might see 1 or 2 cars in driveways. The rest houses are just black. Grass overgrown all the way down the damn street. So it was kind of sketch living there, man, because I'm like, ain't nobody in the neighborhood to even watch us. It's like you got 20 houses with 6 people living here. I was like, I'm getting the fuck up out of here. It's like, man, I'm out of here, shit. And so I ended up retiring from corporate America and moving back to St. Louis for a little bit, got everything together, got back up under my banner because I couldn't work in Vegas no more. We was all taking pay cuts just to keep, either you take a job, you take a pay cut, or you lose your job. We just kept taking pay cuts. So eventually I went back to St. Louis, liked it there for a little bit, couldn't deal with the winter time, so I ended up moving out here. Oh, it's much worse now? Yeah, especially, and I was casino, bro. I was a casino accountant. So my job was tourism. It was casino. So when the casinos did bad, tourism did bad, we had to lay people off and we had to take pay. So you lay off people, plus you get pay cuts on top of the layoffs. So we're doing twice the amount of work for less to pay just to keep our job. It was bad, man. When I tell people I was working 70 hours a week, I wasn't joking. I was salary, working 70 hours a week. What up, Miss Gail? And I was like, yeah, I can't do this, man. I gotta go. So I ended up leaving Vegas, man, because it was killing me, man. 2008 to 2012 was killing me. I had to get up out of there, man. What's up, Miss Sharika from St. Louis? What's good? Hey, this is Kirkwood right here. Kirkwood in the house. Meacham Park, that's what I'm talking about. The same thing they try to do for you is lyrics they sing in a favorite rap song. Yeah. So you never buy an overpriced house. If you do that, you might as well say you fortify your equity for years. You can refinance for a better interest rate, but you can't refinance the base price. True shit. True shit. That's real. You cannot refinance a base price. Interest rate is all you can work with. So wait till it bottoms out. It's like stock. Wait till it bottoms out. Buy a house and keep it. And I was smart. What I did is I ended up buying an old college rental. I bought a fixer-upper. It was a real big house that this guy was renting to college kids, and they just ransacked the house, basically. I had to pull all the carpets from every room, all the carpets up. Then I had to clean all the stone. And I had my apartment at the time. So I was in my apartment, living in my apartment, driving to my house, doing work on my house every day. Because after I bought it. So I scrubbed all the floors with bleach and everything else, cleaned it all up, laid underlayment. I laid hardwood floors in every room by myself. I was doing this shit. My son was helping. Ended up fixing the swimming pool. The pool was all jacked up. Had to fix the swimming pool, fix that. Had to go get new pump because I'm a mechanic, so I can fix anything. So I fixed all of that, drug all the bushes out. It was a serious fixer-upper. But I tell people, if you're willing to put in sweat equity, do not care about how a house looks. Get on YouTube, learn how to fix drywall, learn how to paint, learn how to do shit. Go save yourself tens of thousands of dollars off the price. And go, I'm going to have to not be lazy. I'm going to really have to put in work to make this house livable. I mean, I painted the entire interior, the entire exterior, all the walls. I laid all the fake grass, all front and backyard. It was just, it's a lot. It's a lot. But you got to be willing to do that. If you want to buy a piece of property, don't look for nothing nice. And I'll tell you, there was a story yesterday. These are, all right, L Breezy, thank you for coming through. It was a story yesterday in the news about houses up in Utah. Brand new houses. Brand new. The ceilings are cracked. They're coming off the foundation. They're raising up on one side. The walls are bowing. These are brand new houses. My house was built in 78, so it stood the test of time. These are brand new houses in Utah. People can't even live in them, so they got a mortgage they're paying in a house they can't even live in while they're suing the home builders, while they're paying another mortgage. So they're paying double mortgages, waiting on lawsuits to go through. Whole neighborhood got to leave because they didn't do soil testing, and they put it all on soil that wasn't compacted down. So all the houses and foundations are cracking and breaking. So don't think because you got a new house, you like, oh, I'm good. I bought a brand new house. These people did too. And they all suing the home builder because they can't even live in their houses now. Whole house. I mean, there's gaps you can put your hand in the wall because the wall is separating from the boards and shit. And so if you got to go buy you a fixer upper, you see a nice house out there, they talking about, you know what, 130 grand, but you got to put a little work into it. Keep your apartment, buy the house, start putting work into it, do all the paint, do everything you want to do. And then when it gets to a certain point, move into it. And as you're living there, fix it as you're living. That could be your home project. Every day you come home, do a little bit. So you know what? I'm gonna paint this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna fix this and fix that. That's how you do fixer-uppers. You don't need a beautiful place. You can make it beautiful though. And that's what I chose to do. I'm like, you know what? It's gonna be a lot of work, but I'm living here for the next 30 years. Shit, I got time. I ain't trying to sell it. I'm living here for the next 30 years. I ain't going nowhere. But yeah, that's how I move. But yeah, man, I'm so glad. Hopefully you guys are getting to work on time. Ain't nobody running late. Because you know what happens, man. In this economy, you run late, they're going to fire you. It's 7:15 in the morning here in the capital city. Right now in Phoenix, Arizona, it's been over. Right now, it's currently saying it's 96 degrees. That cannot be right. Are you serious? Okay, it just dropped. Okay, 67. But we got an excessive heat warning today. Today, it might be over 100 degrees. Actually, yesterday, it was around about close to about 100. What is excessive heat going to be? Okay, it's going to be 101 today. 101 degrees today is the hottest it's going to be. And then that's at noon. And then tomorrow, it will be up to 101 again. 2 days in a row, 101 degrees. And this is in March. This is in March right now, 101 degrees. And it came quick because I drained my pool in October after the floods. Everybody saw the floods we had in Phoenix. So the pool's all flooded. So once they all flooded, we couldn't do nothing. You can't run the pump to get all that dirt and soot and just flood waters out. So I just drained the whole pool. I was going to refill it this coming up summer. It's already summer. So now I got to contact the city of Phoenix so I can do my refill my pool up, because if I refill it without contacting them, they're going to charge me a really high rate for all the water I need. I need like almost 20,000 gallons. So they're going to charge me a really high rate. So I got to contact them, Send them some paperwork. They're going to adjust my things and everything, and I'll refill it. That's another thing about owning a house. If you're a lazy person and you don't like to work, do not get a house. Do not. It's a lot of work. It's like having a kid. If you don't want to have another kid, don't buy a house. It's like, go get a condo with a condo association, get an apartment, have a landlord, because the little bit of money you're paying more than what I may pay for mortgage is going to save you a lot of time, effort, heartache, bullshit. The little bit more you pay, like somebody say, man, I pay $1,600 in rent. And I say, well, I pay $1,600 for a mortgage. But I pay $1,600 for a mortgage and I got to do all the fucking work around here. They pay $1,600 and they got to do no work. It's like, so the $1,600 to rent somewhere is worth it. Trust me. In the end, is where I spend a lot of time driving to Home Depots and driving places. So don't feel, when people say, oh, you just renting, you're smart. Trust me. Rent is a lot smarter. And that's not me knocking all of us who bought a house. I'm just saying, know what you're getting involved with when you buy one. That's all I'm saying. It's like owning a car versus leasing a car. Know what you're getting involved with. When I buy cars, I'm a mechanic. So I fix all my own cars. I don't care about, shit breaking down. I'm going to fix it anyway. I got a whole garage full of tools. I'll fix it myself. With a house, you got to make sure you know what you're getting involved with. Know the age of the property, the age of the trees, whether it needs paint, whether it needs plumbing, because it's all coming out of your pocket. Otherwise, keep renting wherever you are. Just keep renting. Rent is like $3K. Damn, rent is great. Yeah, rent's been going up. It's been going up. And I think a lot of rents are going up because the landlords or the property owners are looking to make more profit because of the people who didn't pay rent at some point. So they're trying to recoup their money by charging the good people. The people who actually pay rent and do well are getting dinged for the people who didn't pay rent and just skirted and skated out. And I'm just like, that's crazy. It's like the people who pay rent should be treated with more respect because they are willing to pay. But they abuse people with good credit, and they abuse people who pay their rent on time by saying, well, since all of these people didn't, we're going to come after you because we know you're going to pay it anyways. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. Say rent is like $3K for basic stuff. Yeah. Especially if you want a garage. You're going to be paying like $2,000, $3,000 easily up there. I think one of the houses in my neighborhood, I think dude said he was paying like $2,400 to rent it. $2,400 to rent. I was like, damn. And I don't even think they had a pool, which is smart. Because if you're paying that much and you got to deal with a pool too, it's a night. Just have a community pool. Just have a community one and don't even deal with it. Like, man. Yeah, houses give you equity in the long term, but if you don't sell it, then what's the point of equity? Think about it. What is the point of equity if you never sell your house? You could take out equity loans, and then you're just taking out a loan against something you already own already. So you still end up paying interest. So you end up paying for that house forever. That house gives you leverage. It gives you financial leverage. That's basically the benefit of having a house. You get financial leverage. When I go to car lots and I buy cars, I don't have to come up with money down because they say, okay, he owns a house. So if he screws up, we can just put a lien on his house. So I don't have to come up with any money down. I just walk in, sign, and drive. When I was renting, it was harder to do it like that. But buying is easy. They want you to buy a house. I get all, hey, buy another car. I'm like, I can't afford another car, damn it. Please come buy one. But if you want that extra money, yeah, a house is gonna, that equity, unless you sell it, you end up, and even right now, if I was to sell my house right now, if I wanted to keep the equity, it would pay off the loan in this house. But in order for me to get another house of equal utility, let's say, I would end up at square nothing. I would end up back at zero. Because you got to think also, when you own a house, just say I've been in this house for what? Let's say 7 years. I'm going to show you how much money because people think, oh, you only owe $200,000 on your loan. And if you sell it for $400,000, you just made $200,000. Not only the case. So if I pay $1,600 times 7 years, 84, let's say 84. So I've paid $134,000 out of pocket so far. I've spent $134,000 just to live here. That's just on the mortgage, not all the shit I had to fix. So $134,000 I've spent to live here. Now I owe $200,000 on it. So if I was to sell my house for $400,000 right now, $400,000, so it would be $400,000 minus the $200,000 I owe. So they would pay the loan off for $200,000. So I'd get $200,000 in my hand, but that's not $200,000 profit because I told you I already spent $134,000. So if I do minus $200,000 out of the $134,000, I'd only be making 65 grand. It's all I would make, 65,000. Now, if you take all the projects I've done around a property, let's say I spent 30 grand in properties. Let's say 30 grand. Really only made $35,000. That's basically what I made, 35 grand. The loan minus all the projects, minus me selling for 400, minus them covering the loan and everything. I really walk away with $35,000 is all I walk away with after selling a house for $400,000. That's all I walk away with. So then that 35, if they say, well, you need 10% down on your next house, that means I can only buy a house for $350,000. So I can buy a house for 350 grand with the money I got left. I can buy a house for 350 when I just sold a house for 400. So I'll be going down. And right now, a house for 350, you're not getting a whole lot. So it's almost like, you don't want to sell it. You don't want to sell it. And you shouldn't be looking to recoup value from the past. You shouldn't. But it's just like buying a car. Same thing of buying a car. Let's say you bought a car for 50 grand and you sold it for 7 grand. So really, you bought it for 50 grand, and let's say you paid $10,000 in interest on it. So 60 grand. And then you said, I sold it for $5,000. So it costs you $55,000 to sell that car. It costs you 55 grand. And that's not even counting all of the maintenance you did. So all of the maintenance, all the repairs you did. So you're sitting there going, I just lost 55,000 plus all repairs, and all I got back was 5 grand. And yet, so it's worse than like when you're dealing with a car because it's a guaranteed loss when you sell a car, 100% guaranteed. There's a point when you selling your house is a guaranteed loss too, because if you keep paying to live here, just like you pay to live somewhere when you're renting somewhere. If you pay to live here and you pay to somewhere to rent, at some point, the amount of money you make with your house is going to pass the point of equilibrium. And now, no matter what you do, if you sell the house, you're selling it at a loss unless you sell it for way, way above market. So just like renting, you could walk away easier with renting than you can walk away with selling a house. Because imagine if I paid this whole mortgage off. And let's say I bought the house for $234. By the time I paid off the mortgage, it was like, let's say $600,000, $650. So I paid $650,000 total plus all projects to live here. But I turn around and sell the house for $300,000. It's a pretty expensive life. That means you're probably $400,000 in the hole when you think you made profit. All you're getting at the end is whatever amount you can use to put on your next house down. You're not really making any money. There's no profit. Money spent is money spent. It's an expense. It's what it is. Whether you're renting or whether you're buying, you need to spend something to have a roof over your head. The only difference is when you leave a house, they give you a check that'll cover the loan, but that don't mean you're making a profit on that house. You could sell a house at a loss. You can end up spending way more on that house, way more on that property than what you get after selling and paying all your loans. So you could walk away worse off dealing with a house than if you just would have rented somewhere. Way worse off. It happens, man. It happens. So if everybody said every transaction of home ownership ended up in profitability, that would be a crazy number. Everybody who sold a house is 100% profitable. That's a nuts number. I mean, some people do make profits when they sell their houses. If I bought a house, never lived in it, I kept it for 2 months, paid 2 months of mortgage at $1,500, $1,500. So I bought it, fixed it up, spent $3 grand total in mortgage, and then sold it because I just wanted to flip it. That's the easiest way to make money right there. But if I'm putting money on mortgage, like landlords lose money because they keep having to pay that mortgage over and over and over. The longer you pay the mortgage, the more it eats into your actual bank account. Because if you pay the mortgage once, it's $1,500. You pay the mortgage 10 times, that's $15,000. So $1,500 and $15,000 are not the same numbers. That's money gone. That money, that 15 grand is, you ain't getting that back. You're not getting it. Yeah, and it's like, and I look at the whole thing. At some point, you can hit that point of equilibrium where you might as well just stay. You don't want to leave and sell the house. You might as well, because even if you sell it right now, it's at a loss. It's at a loss. So you're not even making money. Just keep it. Hey, I like this. I got into ownership for legacy. As a black man, I want to make sure I have something other than debt and a questionable reputation to pass on to my kids. Debt and a questionable reputation. This is, man, my reputation is kind of questionable. That's real shit, though. That's real. And that's what it is, man, because sometimes you need to leave something, just even if it's just somewhere to have a roof over their head. That's all you care about. You don't want to always keep moving, talking about money. No. What about a place? Just somewhere for them to go. If they were to get in trouble, could there be somewhere for your family to go just until they can restructure everything? That's why it's so important to have a home in the family. A lot of people don't see having a home in the family. We used to be at our grandparents' house or our aunt's house. They had those houses for 50, 60 years. Now we'll own a house for 5, 6 years and sell it so we can go buy like a Porsche. Oh, I'm going to go buy this Porsche, man. That means I got to sell my house. I'm going to go live in a condo, but you leave nothing for your kids, though. But a Porsche looks really good on Instagram. So you're like, I'm going to put this Porsche on Instagram, and everybody going to click like. It's like, okay, cool, go buy it. Instead of just saying, you know what? I'm going to buy a house, and I'm going to fix it up over time. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, they don't want to pay tax on those houses. I'm telling you, it's expensive, man. I had a rental property for some years, and it allowed me to make profit on the home because you charge above mortgage and someone else is paying for the mortgage for you. That's one way to do it, Lincoln. I'm telling you right there. If you can have somebody else, a renter, cover that mortgage and you pay a little bit on top, that's not money coming out of your pocket. That's the only way you can really do it at a higher level than what a homeowner would do it at. I own my house. I will never make more money than you made on the house because your house is generating income for you, or I'm just spending money living here. It's like I'm just paying rent to the bank, basically. So the one way that you could really, really make money is to rent it out. Get somebody else to rent it. And a lot of people don't want to buy. A lot of people credit ain't ready to buy. Renting the property out is solid. And I know people say, well, what about damage? You got to vet your people, man. You got to vet people. You got to make sure you're not renting some people going to run your shit into the ground. Look at their rental history. Look at everything about them. If they got a criminal background, if they've done like all these schemes and scams and shit. And because there's one lady in California, she scams renters. She scams landlords. That's her whole thing, is to scam landlords. She moves into people's houses and she never pays rent and she just keeps them in court. And that's how she affords living in places like that. And eventually they pay her to leave the house and then she does it to somebody else. You got to vet against people like that. That's it. So yeah, no Section 8, because at some point the government going to stop that program anyway. I believe the government going to stop that Section 8 program because at some point we've got to start finding ways to make more income. And on this channel, I teach people how to make more income. This morning I got up, I made $120. Took me like an hour and a half, made $120. I got another client coming up. I'll probably make $250 for the day, which is not a bad day. And it's only maybe 70 miles of driving, about $300. And I'm just done with my day. I don't have to do anything else. And I teach people, if I could do that every day, I could make $2,100 a week, $300 a day, 7 days, $2,100 a week. That's like $8,000 a month. That's like $96,000 a year. And all I got to do is just be like, hey, that's it. Yeah, I only made $120 a day. It was a quick ride to the airport. I went and picked my clients up, got them to the airport, $120. That's it. My next client coming down, I think I'm charging them like $200 round trip though, because they'll be coming in, and then when they fly in tomorrow, I'll take them back. But they always pay me up front, so it'll be like $300 I'll make for the day. But it's prepaid income, so it's unearned income. So I'll have unearned income today because I'll be paid ahead of time. But that's what I do. And you see a lot of drivers out there, they drive all these trips. They be, $10, $20, $15, $8. I can't drive like that. I do one shot. You got one shot trips, $100, $120, $150, $200, $300. Call it good. If I do concerts, it's $500 round trip and I'm done for the day. I'm like, nope. And that's what it is. I know. He says, how much you made so far? I know people be like $120. That's it. Motherfucker, it don't cost me a lot to live. I paid, my mortgage is $1,600, so it costs me $60 a day to live in this house. $60. Everything else is relative. It might cost me $6 a day in like utilities. So $66. Then I got my cars and everything. I mean, it don't cost a lot to live. If it costs you way too much money to live, then you're living above your means. So if you living above your means and you can't make the revenue at a low level, you might need to cut some expenses out. Cut that expenses out, man. You got your math in that head daily, weekly, monthly, annually. I'll be on it, man. I got that accounting brain. I'll be like, okay. And everybody be like, well, what if you work all 52 weeks? Like, nah, you're not going to work all 52 weeks. I guarantee. He said, I spend $120 daily. See me, I don't. My car stay parked, man. I got car covers on all my shit. People come to my house and look like it's abandoned. I got car covers on my cars. They don't move unless it's money. Like, cause I don't need to be out burning gas in the street. Motherfuckers can't drive. They end up smashing into your car. Now you got to go pay. You know, you got to go outside and you got to pay like a $1,500 deductible to get your car fixed. I don't move my cars, man. If ain't nobody paying me, I got work I could do at the house. I could do some projects. I got dogs. I can give one of the dogs a bath. I can cook, barbecue. I can get on YouTube. I do not leave my house. There's no reason for me to be in the streets. None. Zero reason for me to be in the streets. I got enough shit at this house to keep me busy. Only thing out in them streets is trouble. Trouble and expense. That's it. I don't want either one of them. Forget that. I can do that right here. I can do bad by myself right here. Man. This is, but how many honest landlords are out there, which goes back to barbecue, said their profit over loss isn't worth it. So I understand both sides. Yeah. Hey, I'm telling you, I'm like that. The only time I leave house is to work, grocery, and the gym. Because like I said, man, it's too many problems out there. Too many problems. People out there protesting, doing crazy shit all the time. I'm like, bro, I'm just headed to the house. My dog's probably barking at the neighbors or something. I'm going to go keep them quiet so they don't bother the neighbors. Hey, Quincy, I need that shirt. Outside is expensive. That needs to be a brand right there. Outside is expensive. Come home with a whole, you need to start a YouTube channel called Outside is Expensive. That's it. And teach people how to keep their ass at home. Come up with board games, come up with home-based projects, home-based businesses, ways to do things to your house. Outside is expensive. And people be like, you know what? If you want to save money, go to this YouTube channel called Outside is Expensive. Keep your ass at home. Everybody gonna be like, Mom, I don't know what to do today. Tell you what, go look at Outside is Expensive. Go watch that YouTube channel. It'll give your ass something to do while you home all day. I don't know what to do. Trust me. That channel will teach you. Say what exactly, Jay? Morning live stream, man. Morning live stream. Because you're right. Going outside, I don't know, man. And I've done videos showing me getting nailed in my tires. I mean, I usually drive only 3 cars a week. And I've gotten nails in the Beamer, so I fix that online. 2 nails in the Expedition. Had to buy a 5th tire with the 5th rim. So now I got 5 rims and tires for the big truck. I fixed holes in 2 of them already. Outside is expensive. It's expensive. I can't, when I leave, something's going to happen. I already know already. I was taking a client the other day and I had to fix an issue with the truck. The hose popped off. Luckily, I was close to the home, so I shot home real quick. I didn't have to tow it. I just drove home, hurry up, fixed the hose real quick. We got on the road. Client was delivered perfectly. But it's like, leaving your house is expensive. Outside is expensive. I'm telling you that it's an idea. I'll tell you what you should do, Quincy. Get you a sheet of paper, write down all the ideas of what you can do at home, do everything, and say, you know what, I'm going to create a website, and I'm going to come up with a million different ways to stay home and to enjoy your life without leaving. And the channel's going to be called Outside is Expensive and sell that merch. Parents, teach their kids how to stay home. Husbands and wives stay home. Everybody does stuff at home, and you save all of this money because outside is expensive. Make sure you tune in to some of these barbecue live streams. I'm telling you, we be cooking in there. I pull people from the chat into the live stream, either through reading your comment, or I can pull you up on stage and you can chat and be a part of the content, whatever it is. But at the barbecue, everybody gonna eat. Like I said, you bring the casserole, we bring the meat. This is how we cook. Appreciate y'all for coming through. If this is your first time at the barbecue, go on have a seat and let me make your plate. We still related because your baby mama, mother, brother steady calling me cuz we at the barbecue. Let me get a rib in the plate. It's like a black block party and I'm showing the late. I'm in my Beamer. Grandpa be giving me pound. Looking at my stock wheels, you know how we get down. Come and gather round, skin tone and different complexion. Niecy hug a baby looking like a mama reflection. Resurrection of the realest, illest. We be the old heads, pour us wiggle liquor on the ground for our folks dead. I ain't even tripping off the drama Uncle Joe said. Better do them dishes, get you slapped across your forehead. Stunting in my pro kids, running with kids. Left the streets for the sweets, now I'm running the biz. I'm the whiz, scarecrow like Mr. Michael Jackson. If you looking for that work and I'm looking for that action, you can ease on down to the yellow brick road. Once I get to going in, then you better hold on. I'm that old school killer, lyrically a machete, defying every lion coming out the Serengeti. Hey, pass me that spaghetti, I ain't done with it yet. You better ask somebody, you ain't ready for Jeff. I'm that old school chef, catch me grilling while I'm looking all around up in the spot. Now I got you suckers cooking at the barbecue. Go and grab you a plate on Teresa chocolate cake, got you watching your weight, we at the barbecue. I done told you before, I'm about to drop this mic and get a plate to go, we at the barbecue. Shout out to all the new subscribers out there, dropping on the channel, knowing how we cook around here, enjoying just laughing, clapping, having a good time. I appreciate it. Every time you get to the end of one of my videos, I'll always have something nice for you to listen to. Who's on now? We at the barbecue. We at the barbecue. This is how we do. We at the barbecue. Marcus Burry, always in the cut. Go check my man out on TikTok. He always dropping something new. Man, I love his productions. Always smooth and always old school, baby.